Hello there, my name is Deborah. I am from the UK, Newcastle in fact, so I'm a Geordie girl. And this is my first ever video log vlog, you see, totally down the lingo. I just wanted to put something out there really for me, and if I can help somebody else in the process then brilliant. But I think it's a little bit better than just writing in a diary because you actually get to physically see how you were at the time and you can remember how you felt, and you can add a little bit more in that you probably wouldn't add in if you're just writing something down in your own personal diary. So that's why I've decided to do my little YouTube thing. I am quite new to it. I'm not good with all this cutting and pasting, so it is pretty raw, but I am promising I'm going to learn. So if you're watching, I promise to get better, or the world be getting better anyway. So Deborah, I am booked in to have a gastric sleeve in Poland of all places. Never travelled outside the country by myself before, absolutely papping it, but quite excited at the same time. Just sort of go kind of how I got here, I suppose. So about 18 months ago, I'd been seeing a fertility consultant. Me and my partner are trying for a baby. We've been trying for about 2.5 years now, and I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, so I knew it would be quite difficult. We reached as far as we could with the consultant. We'd done everything we could do kind of test-wise, and then they got to a point and said, we can't help you anymore until you lose about 13 stone, which, as you can imagine, was a shock to the system. I've been big for a lot of years, and it's not really been a massive issue to myself. I would like to be fitter perhaps, but I wouldn't have necessarily took such drastic action personally until this point. So the consultant referred me, started the NHS procedure about 18 months ago, which is when I started this little thing. It was meant to be a year project, thinking, I'll just take a year at the most to get an operation. 18 months later, I've come away from the NHS route, and I've been very fortunate. I won a little bit of money online bingo, so I won about £5,000, which seems a massive amount of money, and it's huge, but it's paid for my operation and my flights out there in private. I tried looking at the UK and it was about 10 grand, £9,000 to £10,000, which obviously I wouldn't have had. Poland, half the price, so less than £5,000, flights included, and I booked it about 6 weeks ago, so quite soon as well. I was still seeing a consultant back obviously here in Newcastle, but I was looking at another year. They wanted us to lose weight every single time I went, and I know if anyone's watching and they have been kind of on the track before, either now or post-op, it's hard to keep your motivation up when you don't know when the end is coming, I suppose. And I know there's people out there will be saying, you should just do it for yourself, but it's one of those things, your life gets in the way a little bit, and when you don't know when the end's coming and you haven't got that motivation, you kind of lack, and then you plateau out a little bit weight loss wise, and then you eat pap and you put weight on, and it's not like you can just pause where your weight loss is and have a little break and come back to it, because when you start eating crap again, your weight goes up, so you're back to square one almost, and you're almost in this cycle of you're defeating yourself constantly. So anyway, that was my reason for going private. So I am going with I'm not going with Beautiful Beings. I am going with Secret Surgery in Poland. I'm really excited. I'm nervous, pretty nervous, but really excited as well. Yes, I booked my surgery about 6 weeks ago on the 27th of February. Literally the day after I won my little money on the bingo. I was very excited. So paid my deposit, all of that's kind of been sorted and done. I sent all my information off. The consultant got back in touch, and he said, because obviously you are quite obese, I want you to lose a little bit of weight before the surgery just to make it as safe as possible. And I think at the time I was I've got it written down here, I was 165.2 kilograms. That's how I measure it, and that's how the consultants and everything have been measuring it when I've been through the NHS. But that is about £364 for those who don't weigh it in kilograms. I am 5'10.5". That half's very important to me. But again, I am morbidly obese, and they wanted us to get down to 155 kilograms for surgery, which is a flyer on the 17th, which is Easter Sunday in the UK. I don't know if it's the same for across the world. I just don't get out very often. But yeah, so I fly out Easter Sunday, and then I return the following week, and my operation's on the 19th of April. I've been on, I suppose, a pre-op diet. Really low fat. Well, I've cut out sugar, really low carbohydrate, just really kind of very restricted diet, and that's kind of fine-tuned further again this week for the last 2 weeks, which is the more official LRD, where it's kind of 4 soups a day, 4 fat-free yogurts a day, and as much sugar-free squash and water I want, which has been a massive struggle so far, and it's only Tuesday, so but I have lost quite a bit of weight already. I've already surpassed what the consultant's after, which is brilliant. I'm now 150.9 kilograms, which is 332.7 pound. So I've lost 14.3 kilogram, or again 31.3 pound, which is massive. It's about 2 stone, probably a little bit more than that. I don't see a difference personally. A little bit on my face, I would normally have a bigger double chin, but it's all just come off my face. So I'm gonna look like a little spider, I think, eventually, where I've got like little arms and legs and a little head and this big fat body still. So yeah, so I've done really well, and like I said, I'll probably lose more by the time I starve myself to death until I fly. What else was I going to mention? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm up to, really. Like I said, I didn't want to go on and on for like 10-15 minutes because I could quite happily. I just wanted a bit of a brief introduction where I'm up to. I'm kind of starting the packing procedure now, so I've been watching videos, and obviously I'm following quite a lot of yous if you are watching me, and going back to your kind of early ones and when you were discussing what you should take with you, and looking at all them videos out there that are discussing things you wish you'd known before surgery. So I've got some dry mouth spray, which I've been told is going to be valuable, chapstick as well, slippers, you know, the usual stuff. So I'm getting my little packing done, and I'm more nervous about the travelling, because I've only actually been out the country 3 occasions in my whole life. More recently, it only started about 6 years ago, my very first holiday out the country, so I'm still very new to the airport and what to do in a different country, and sort of go by myself abroad to Poland is it's huge, absolutely huge, and I'm really excited, and I'm quite proud of myself for doing it as well, because I'm a bit of a coward, but I've done a lot this year. I stopped smoking in January the 1st, and I'll never smoke again now, because I was so poorly, just from obviously coughing up all the gunk that's been on my lungs for God knows how many years I've smoked. And then, like I said, I booked the surgery on the end of February, so 2 months not smoking. I then introduced a diet to that, so I've pretty much cut out everything that I would call a naughty little habit. I just haven't made any new ones really yet, but I'm on target to start those, starting the gym soon as well. So yeah, it's a little bit about me. So subscribe if you want to see more. I am planning on doing one, like I said, I fly Easter Sunday, so I'll probably do one probably just before I fly, and then maybe when I'm there as well, so you can see where I'm at and what the actual hotel's like, etc., and just touch base as well. So that's my plan, and then probably from there, whenever I can, probably a couple of early ones every week or 2 weeks, as things are probably moving quite quickly, and then I'll probably kind of not bore you to death and do one once a month or so, once every fortnight. Like I said, it's really for me, just so I can keep track of how I was feeling and how I was looking as well. I think it's different when you're writing in a diary. You don't get that kind of snapshot in time. So I'm quite looking forward to keeping something that I can see and I can look back on in years to come and reflect on, and kind of understand where I'm coming from, because it is quite a big thing having a baby, and it's been a long few years trying to no avail. Obviously I've got a medical condition, I've got polycystic ovarian syndrome, which does prevent us, and I kind of was aware of it might be tough, but they don't really fully explain that actually you just can't. So that's me goal. The weight loss is a kind of a benefit for me, and a bit of fitness and a bit of life about this, because I am in a little bit of pain with my back. I'm quite lucky, I am very tall for a woman anyway, and so I carry it probably better than I would do if I was smaller, or at least I'm told I do. I think, you know yourself, when you look in the mirror, you see everything that's wrong with you. So yeah, that's it really. So thanks for watching. If you've watched this whole 10 minutes 40, sorry for just saying a lot. I will work on it, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.